Okay, so I finally made it to Fairbanks. Oh, it has been a mess. But I finally got in my flight. I arrived around, I think, 9 this morning. Took the bus from the airport to the hostel. It was the Yellow Line bus. And the gentleman driving was nice enough to call ahead to the Red Line bus and have them wait a couple of minutes on me because the loop would be too long and I would have to stand out in the cold for a long time. So they were nice enough to wait on me, and got to the hostel. There was a note on the door at the hostel with my name on it, directions, how to get in and which bed was mine. She put me on a top bunk, which was crazy to climb in and out of. Then I put my stuff down and I took like an hour nap because I'm exhausted. I've been trying to sleep as much as I can, but took a nap, and then I walked down to the end of the street and went to the Owl Cafe and had some breakfast for lunch. It was really good. And then I went back to the hostel and I had met Billy, who runs the hostel, and I think she took one look at me and was like, you're older than I thought you were. So she told me it was okay for me to be on the bottom bunk, which I'm very appreciative of. Normally I like the top bunk, but this particular bunk I will probably end up killing myself if I tried to climb on and off of it. So I moved my stuff to the bottom bunk, and then I looked, and on my agenda for today, I wanted to go to North Pole, Alaska, to Santa's Village, and I had just 10-15 minutes to hurry and get to the street and jump onto the Blue Line, which takes me to where I am now, which is the transit center. And as you see this bus pulling in, that is the orange line. So the lines here are color-coded to tell you where to go. You'll find maps for each line. It's very easy to navigate. And then there is the Move It app, M-O-O-V-I-T. I can't hardly talk because my face is cold. Move It app that you can plan out your route, and it will tell you where to go and where all the stops are. Now, I will say, even though there is a stop, if no one is waiting, sometimes they will just keep driving. So when you're on the bus, you have to pull the thing to let the driver know that you want to get out. But right now I am here at the transit center. It is nice and toasty and warm inside, but I wanted to come out here and get some shots so you guys can see it. And I'm just waiting on the green line, at which point I will go to North Pole and hopefully go to Santa's Village and see how that is. But it's cold. It is -1 today, which everyone here that I've talked to that lives here is like, it was colder yesterday. So I guess maybe it's a good thing I didn't come in yesterday. It was supposed to be like -13, but right now it's -1. The way I look at it, it's just cold. But we will see how the rest of this goes to get to North Pole, and hopefully I'll be able to get some shots there. So I am at the North Pole. In Alaska. It's North Pole, Alaska, and they have the Santa Claus house. And if you can see, behind me is the Christmas tree and the world's biggest Santa. And then off in the distance is Santa's reindeer. that you can see. The store here at the Santa Claus house has tons of Santa themed, Christmas themed toys and clothes and gifts. I mean, just tons of stuff. And one cool thing you can do is send a letter to someone from Santa. They do have several options to choose from. So, for example, Baby's First Christmas, they have a letter for that. But you can customize the letters and send those out. You can also buy postcards and send those out, and the postcards get a stamp put on them from the North Pole. And that way it looks, if you word it correctly, it looks like Santa has sent a postcard to whoever you send it to. But that was a very fun store. I did get to meet Santa and Miss Claus. They were here, and Santa asked me what I wanted for Christmas, so that was fun. They do take tips for taking pictures or videos, and whatever you choose to tip goes to, I believe, the local food bank, I think is what they said. So yeah, that was pretty cool. Now I can officially say I've been to the North Pole. It is heavily snowing right now. Like big time. And I am walking down the street. I'm gonna get out to the street to make sure I'm going in the right direction. I think I am. So I am walking back to the bus stop to wait on the bus. And the sky looks kind of cool. Now, granted, I don't think that's the Aurora Borealis behind me. I think that's just the lights from the city. But it looks kind of cool having that back there, and then of course the snow falling too. But yeah, so I am walking back to the bus stop. There are some food options there, and I believe his name is Dan. I'm terrible with names, but I think his name is Dan. He was the bus driver. Super cool guy. Gave me a lot of tips, showed me where to go and everything. Now, this Santa Claus house does close at 6 p.m. and the bus is not gonna roll back through here until 6:50. So it's either I take a ride share or a taxi, which is going to cost me a lot because I looked it up, and from Fairbanks to North Pole it was about 50 bucks one way. But he suggested that I go down the street here if I didn't mind walking, which you know me, I don't mind walking. But go down the street here, I can grab a bite to eat. This looks like maybe about a half-mile walk. I could be wrong. I could get to going down through here and it'd be totally wrong. But yeah, so it's a very wintry night, snowing. I got the waterworks going. I've got, my nose is constantly running, my eyes are watering, and then of course I have snowflakes falling into my face, so my face just feels squishy. But anywho, so this is North Pole, Alaska. Worth the trip. I would suggest taking the bus out to check it out. But you want to leave early because it's about an hour to an hour and a half on the bus to get here, and they close, like I said, at 6. So I managed to get here with about an hour and a half, but by the time I looked around everything, talked with Santa and Miss Claus, and then I sent out 14 postcards. So by the time I got through writing all of those, they closed. So if you're coming out, save yourself the money and do the bus, or yeah, the bus, but leave in enough time so that you can actually enjoy this once you get out here. And I'm hoping to go out tonight and hopefully see the Aurora Borealis. Looked on the website, the geophysical website for Alaska. Supposed to have very good chances tonight, but we'll see. Hopefully I can, or I might just turn into a popsicle. Either way, I will let you guys know, and I'll see you soon.